Do you know how many people have to be 55 years of age or older in order to buy a property in a 55 plus community? Zero. I know, that surprised me too. So I have a client who wanted to buy her mother a property for various reasons. She wanted to see whether or not she could take title herself. It was going to be her money. She was going to let her mom keep her mom's money to enjoy her retirement. So we did some digging, and it turns out that the restrictions have to do with occupants, not necessarily the title. Not necessarily the title, and of course there are exceptions. So let me go back a notch. What is a 55 plus community? What are federal fair housing laws? Let's start with federal fair housing laws. There are 7 protected classes that you're not allowed to discriminate against. And those include race, color, national origin, religion, sex, disability, and familial status, right? So familial status means that you can't discriminate against somebody for their age, for the age of the people living there, be it children, maybe the anticipation of children, maybe somebody's trying to adopt children. The law was written to make sure that age cannot be used to discriminate in housing. But the federal government also decided that it was fair to have housing for people who are older than that, who wanted to maybe have some peace of mind. So they came up with a 45 plus, a 55 plus, and a 65 plus concept of a community. Not so much 45 and 65 in Arizona. I know it happens in other states. Here in Phoenix, where I'm at, it's mostly 55 plus communities. And so there is a federal law that gives a little bit of a carve out on that familial status. And I have it on my other screen. I'm going to kind of glance at it if you want to know what I'm looking at. Public Law 10476, dated December 28th, 1995. That's the law that says that Fair Housing Act was amended to allow for property that's intended or operated for occupancy by people 55 years of age and older. At least 80% of the occupants are in that age group. It publishes and adheres to consistent policies and procedures to make sure that they're not randomly making decisions about who can and can't stay. And somebody needs to be tracking it. So if you're operating under those guidelines, you can be a 55 plus community. Somebody can marry somebody younger than them. Somebody could pass away and will their property to somebody who's not 55 years of age. A parent can leave their children their property, that the children have the right to own that. Revocable living trust, entities of some sort. A company can buy a property in a 55 plus community. The restriction comes on who's living there. So that was interesting. We did a little bit more digging. I don't want this to get overly long, but we did a little bit more digging, and we found out that different HOAs, now HOAs, homeowners associations, also have the right to put in their own rules and regulations, restrictions, and enforce them. So they can actually put some more restrictive rules in than the law requires. State and federal laws stand for protecting the people. That's the intent. You can't take a law and make it more lenient. You can't say, well, you know what, in Arizona you can kill somebody under certain circumstances. Well, okay, maybe you can. Stand your ground laws, but let's not get into that. You're allowed to make laws, or you're allowed to run your community so that's more restrictive. So if you're looking in an HOA and you're under the age of 55 and you want to have ownership of a property there, we need to check each property, right? There are some that might require one person to be 55 plus on title. If you're using an entity such as a revocable living trust or a corporation or an LLC, that is something that you need to work out. But the bottom line is, the law does not require anybody in a 55 plus community to be age 55 or older. So if you have questions about it, let me know. We've done some research on it just recently, like this is August of 2024 when I'm filming this. This was done in the last 30 days. Laws change. Don't anticipate this one changing, but if you got any questions, give me a call. My name is Vince Davis, Agents with Options. I'm at West USA Realty. I'm an associate broker there, and I'm always happy to help. Hope this answered some questions. If you got any other questions, let me know. I'll find out for you. Have a good one. Thanks for watching.